What do you do if your sky is completely blown out and unrecoverable? Well, I've got a technique for you in this video that's really going to help us with this photo, and I hope it will help you in similar situations as well. Right, let's get into it. The underexposed photo in front of me here has had a raw development to take it to this, but no matter how much I tried to recover the sky, the information just wasn't there. And so we're going to have to find another way to try and recover that information. You know, if we drop the highlights, we drop the exposure, it's just not there. So what are we going to do? Well, one technique that I like to use for photos like this, where to be honest, the sky is pretty inconsequential, but we may just want a hint of blue, that's where we can actually leverage the Sky AI replacement. And so all we need to do is just open up basically any sky that represents a blue sky that we feel may fit in for our photo. Now, straight out of the box, of course, these aren't the settings that we want. We're going to need to sort of modify this slightly, but it's going to be able to get rid of that pure white look in the sky and give us back a bit of color. The masking looks pretty good, so I'm going to leave all of that. I'm going to jump into scene relighting, and to be honest, I don't want to be pulling any of that blue color into the body of the photo itself. The main place I want to visit is sky adjustments. The first slider is defocus. For sure, we don't want to have our clouds pin sharp in the background when we can see that all the foliage is already dropping off into a beautiful soft bouquet. So defocus, let's push that all the way to 100. And I nearly forgot to say, but in the sky orientation, we can actually play with the position of the sky. So if we feel like, you know, that original setting at 0, there was too much cloud. We really want to just kind of bring in some of that blue from the sky. We can actually move that slider until we see more blue. So I'm going to do that, get more blue in there, but currently it's far too dark. And believe it or not, the atmospheric haze slider actually helps to lighten and soften that blue. So we can still get the element of blue, but not as intensely. So we've got that slider that can help us, and we've also got the brightness slider itself. So the brightness slider takes us some way to get in bluer, but that atmosphere haze, we can push that up as well. And that's how we're able to re-establish some blue coloration to the sky, but do it quite subtly. So we've got pure white before, and now we've got a little bit of blue in there. By the way, if you haven't got Luminar Neo yet and you think it'd be a good fit for your photo editing, I've got a discount link in the description below that you're welcome to, along with a coupon code as well. All right, let's carry on editing. When we are introducing a sky like this, one thing that can derail us is the transition zone between what was the original photo and horizon point and the new sky. If you do have too much of an abrupt transition, what we can do is take advantage of the fact that the sky is often brighter towards the horizon, and we can use a mask in conjunction with the AI mask that Luminar has already created for us. So I'm going to jump into masking, and I'm going to get a linear gradient, and wherever I click, that's going to say apply this effect with 100% above this, and as I drag it down, we're going to get that soft transition. So I can just have the mask taper off to this line here, which meets the horizon line. And now if I come out of that, you're going to see that the blue of the sky we introduced just transitions off to a white underneath. So it's revealing the original photo down here. So if I jump back to the edits and we look at the before and after, now you can see that that blue is introduced more towards the top and then just feathers out towards that horizon point. I'm just going to paint in just a little bit more of that effect. So maybe at 30% with a nice soft brush, I will just paint in a little more of that blue before and after. And then one last thing we could do if we weren't happy with the color, you can see that it's got quite a cyan look to the sky that we introduced. What I would recommend doing is coming to the sky adjustments, and you would have seen that there is a warmth slider here. If we take it to the right, we can introduce more of a warm color. And if we take it to the left, it's going to go further towards those blues. Another alternative is just to choose another photo that you feel has a closer color to the one that you want to introduce. And it's just going to take all of the settings that we've used on the previous sky and directly apply it to whatever we introduce into the photo. But as soon as we set it up with this one, I'm just going to stick with that. So now that we fixed the blown out sky, another problem is just screaming at me. And that is that we have an absolute mess of colors in our photo. And that's often the differentiator between what looks like an amateur shot versus a professional's photo. So in the next video, what I want to show you is how we can actually unify this hodgepodge of colors into a more cohesive color system. And I'm going to show you that right there in that video. I'll see you over there. Bye-bye for now.